In the early years of my business, we had a client call, and he said that he owned a business and he ran that business out of his home. And he needed one of our accountants to drive over to his house and meet with him in his basement home office. So, not thinking, I assigned one of our female CPAs to that task. A few days later, I thought, what am I doing? I'm having one of our young 20-something-year-old female CPAs drive across town to meet with this stranger in his basement to work with him on his QuickBooks file. What could possibly go wrong? So I met with that team member and I expressed my concerns, and obviously she had similar concerns. So what did we do? Instead of just dropping that client or calling them up and saying, sorry, we don't do that service, I decided to drive across town with her. So now we had two CPAs driving across town to meet with a client in his home office to help him with his QuickBooks file, and then driving all the way across town again. I guarantee that the fee that client paid for that engagement did not justify all of the time, expense, and hassle. My problem early on in my business was I didn't have any focus. I accepted any call, any client that wanted us to do something, I would say, sure, we'll do that for you. Whatever they dreamed up, whatever custom job they wanted us to do, as long as it had something to do with accounting, we would help them out. The result, a very chaotic business. Listen, I always tell our 10-step turnaround clients, you can't scale chaos. If you have a chaotic business because you're accepting anything that anyone ever dreams up, and you just say, yes, I'll do that for you, yes, I'll do that for you, then you can't scale that business. You need more simplicity. You need more focus. Enter step 3 of the 10-step turnaround, focus on the core. Let me talk you through step 3 and how we go through this step with our clients. The first thing we do to help our clients have more focus in their business is we help them create a mission statement. I have talked to many business owners about mission statements. In fact, I'll frequently ask business owners, do you have a mission statement? And oftentimes they'll tell me, yes, I have a mission statement. And I'll say, what is it? And they'll say, hold on one second. I think I can find it in my email. Listen, if you don't have your mission statement memorized, you don't have a mission statement. A mission statement should be very easy to memorize because it should just be one sentence long. And it should be a simple description of why you're in business. Not what you do, not your products and services, but why you do what you do. Why you offer those products and services to the public. What is the purpose of your business? So again, it should be one sentence and should be memorized by you as the owner and by every team member. After we develop a short mission statement, we help the clients develop a vision statement. A mission statement describes why you're in business. A vision statement describes where you are going with your business. Jim Collins, in his classic book, Built to Last, talks about how a vision statement should have 2 components. Number 1, a big, hairy, audacious goal going out 10 to 30 years. And number 2, a description of your envisioned future. So, what is the big, huge goal you're trying to accomplish 25, 30 years from now? And what does your company look like 25 to 30 years from now? Those 2 components should be in your vision statement. After we talk about mission and vision, we then turn our attention to values. Your list of core values should not be longer than 7 core values. You see businesses that have 25 core values. Well, they're not core at that point. Core values is a short list. 3 to 7 is a good range. And this process is not aspirational, it's discovery. You're trying to figure out what values already exist among you and your team. In fact, think about the best team members you've ever hired. The type of team members that if you could hire a lot of them, you would just go to world domination. You'd take over the world with this business. You'd be on the Inc. 5000. You'd be personally in the Forbes 400. Those team members, what makes them awesome? What values do they have? Write those down and then discover, okay, are there similarities? Are there themes among our rock star team members? Those are your core values. Make a list of 3 to 7 of them and commit from that point forward to hire people that already have those core values. Remember, you could train skills, you cannot train values. Wouldn't that be awkward if you hired a dishonest person and put them in honesty training? Or if you hired a slacker and put them in hard work training? That just doesn't work. You have to hire people that already have these core values. After we do mission, vision, and values, we then turn our attention to the company's culture. Large businesses, large successful businesses, have very defined cultures, and they hire people within that culture. For example, if you're a very grumpy, pessimistic person, you're not going to get a job at Disneyland because Disney has a culture that is fun, that is entertaining. They call their employees cast members. When they give them an employee handbook, it's called their script. Life is a stage, and they're helping everyone be happy. That's their culture. You don't need to have that culture. You can have your own unique, defined culture, but it needs to be your own, and it needs to be defined, preferably written down. And after you define what your culture is, you of course hire people that fit within that culture. After we talk about culture, we turn our attention to the products and services that you offer. And we ask the question, what is your niche? What are you focused on? Too many business owners, their focus is too broad. They do all sorts of things. You need to specialize. Remember, the more specialized you are, the more profitable you can be. Think about the income of a specialized brain surgeon versus a family physician. Obviously, the specialized physicians can make more money than the family doctors. That doesn't mean family doctors aren't valued. They're awesome. It just means they have more limited income potential. So that is the same across many different industries. The more specialized you are, the more opportunity you have for a high margin, highly profitable business. Your specialty should check 4 boxes. And we have an acronym to describe this. The acronym is GEMS, G-E-M-S. Your specialty should be something you're good at, you enjoy, it makes money, and it's scalable. If you can think of a niche that checks all 4 of those boxes, focus on that niche and watch your business become more profitable. Last, we talk about your menu of products and services. Every business, not just restaurants, needs to have a menu of products and services that they offer to the public. And you need to stick with it. Remember my story in the beginning? I should have told that guy, sorry, we don't have that service. It's not on our menu. We don't drive across town and meet with people in their basement. But if you would like to come into our accounting office, you could feel free to come into our accounting office, bring your laptop, we'll help you out. That's what I should have said. Instead, I tried to come up with some custom package that involved me and another team member driving across town. So you need to have a menu to keep your business more simple and more profitable. Take McDonald's, for example. If you went through the drive-thru McDonald's and you asked them for a large pepperoni pizza, would they give it to you? Of course not. What if you begged? What if you pleaded? What if you had a kid crying in the back seat that they want a pepperoni pizza? Give me a pepperoni pizza. There's nothing you're going to do to get that pepperoni pizza. It's not on their menu. You also should define what is on your menu, what's not on your menu, and then don't offer any off-menu items to inquiring customers. Listen, one of my favorite business quotes is by Leonardo da Vinci, who was said hundreds of years ago, and it's very relevant today. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Too many businesses, too complex, too chaotic. If you have a business that's complex and chaotic, like I said in the beginning, you can't scale it. If you have a business that's simplified, that is a business that's sophisticated. That is a business that can be profitable. So if you're drowning in chaos, if you're very unfocused, you need step 3 of the 10-step turnaround, focus on the